Alright, this is my first attempt at wood burning. I don't know how well it's working, but there it is. It's a candle holder. Anyways, so we were thinking about money and the value of it in our lives, or how we value it in our lives. And I was just going to tell you all a bit about myself and my journey with that thought. So I grew up in the community until I was out of high school. I lived on one of our larger communities and some smaller communities in different countries, and that was my world. And then once I graduated high school, I actually went away from the community for a year. I lived in Indianapolis and I worked in a daycare. And that was the first time I had a job that actually paid me money, and I had a paycheck, and it was really cool. For me at that point, I hadn't made any decision about joining the community or been baptized or anything, so I thought it was great to make money, and I felt value in doing that. That money obviously was shared with the people who I was living with. I was living with some other people from the community at the time. So I shared that money with them, and we paid our expenses for our house. The next job I had, then I came back to the community. And then I went to nursing school up in Albany, and I was in nursing school, and I got a job at a local hospital working as a nurse's aide. So that was my second job. And at that point, I had joined the community or been baptized, and whoa. That sort of definitely changed my opinion or my view of the value of money and the job that I was working. Obviously, again, the money I was making went to paying for expenses at the community where I was living. It was a direct correlation, right? You need money to live. So it was good to be able to do that, but it wasn't really the same pull, I guess, that it had been for me earlier. So that was that job. And then the latest job I had was working at a nursing home last year during when COVID was really bad in this area. I just went to help out the people there because a lot of staff had left and people were sick, and so that was my third job. Now I work as a nurse in the community, and I don't make money. I work here. I take care of patients who live here and patients who don't live here. But none of it is driven by money because I'm not getting a paycheck, but I am still driven to do my best because they're my brothers and sisters, and I care about them because I love them and I want them to do well. So it's my job. I get up every day, I go to work, but it's not driven by any kind of reward monetarily for me, just to see that people are taken care of and do well and are healed from whatever their problems are. So I guess that's sort of how that's what I find fulfillment in, not a paycheck. So that's sort of my story.